Case 1. Price elasticity of demand. Assuming you are RW store manager responsible for two products, good X and good Y. The table shows the product data. The owner, Mr. Ali, wants to maximize the revenue and asks you to calculate the relevant elasticity for good X and good Y and find the degree of elasticity. Draw the diagram and advise him whether he should increase or decrease for the price for good X and good Y. Based on the graph for good X, we found that the degree of elasticity is 0.5, which is inelastic. A change of price of good cause smaller percentage change in quantity demand. In this case, demand is not very responsive to the price change. An increase in price will increase the total revenue. First one, when the price of good X RM 10 ringgit and the quantity demand of 80, total revenue will be 800 ringgit. Then, when the price of good X RM 50 ringgit and the quantity of demand of 60, total revenue will increase to 900 ringgit. Last one, when the price of good X RM 20 ringgit and quantity demand of 40 ringgit, total revenue will decrease to 800 ringgit. My advice for Mr. Ali, he should let the RM 50 ringgit as the price of good X to maximize the revenue. Next, we go to the graph of good Y, which is the degree of elasticity for good Y is 1.167, which is elastic. Price of good cause bigger percentage change in quantity demand. In this case, demand is relatively responsive to the price changes. A decrease in price will increase the total revenue. For the first one, when the price of good RM 10 ringgit and the quantity demanded of 120, the total revenue would be 1,200 ringgit. Next, when the price of X RM 50 and quantity demanded of 50 ringgit, total revenue decreased to 750 ringgit. Then, Mr. Ali should decrease the price of good Y to increase more demand and maximize the profit.
Let's move to the next part. This is question 2 about the income elasticity of demand. Based on a study made by your firm's research unit, the result of the income elasticity of demand for frugal furniture product is negative 0.88 and high-end furniture product is 1.78. You have learned that due to the booming in the economy, consumer income have risen by 6% this year. Using the demand analysis, sketch and explain what will happen to income elasticity of demand for frugal and high-end furniture when income rise. I have made my own analysis. This is the answer. For the situation of frugal furniture, the increasing in income of customer cause a decreasing in quantity demanded for frugal furniture, as in the graph from the quantity 1 to the quantity 2. Consumer will reduce buying the frugal furniture because they are able to buy a better quality furniture for that year. Income elasticity of demand for frugal furniture may decrease because of changes from buying frugal furniture to the high-end furniture. You can see on my graph, the graph have changed from quantity 1 to quantity 2 and the income from Y1 to the Y2. And analysis for this graph is negative income that below than 0. Next, the second situation is high-end furniture. The increasing in income by 6% for this year caused a bigger percentage change in quantity demanded for high-end furniture. Consumer choose to buy high-end furniture because buying power has increased as their income increased by 6%. Consumer choose for a better quality, design, feature from high-end furniture. Thank you.
Now we move to the other question, question 3. Case 3, cross elasticity of demand. As we can see here, we got two tables, table A and table B. Based on the information in the table A and B, describe the relationship between the two goods. Show the calculation and describe the result. As we can see, based on the graph, the price of the product increased from 3.5 to 4.5, while the quantity is also increased from 3 to 4. And as you can see at my answer, my quantity supply is greater than 0. Goods A and goods B are substitute. An increase in the price of goods B increases in the quantity demanded for goods A by 1.17%. We move to table B. The quantity supply is 0. So it will be 0 cross elasticity. The price of the product is decreased while the quantity demanded is held constant. Goods A and goods B are independent. A decrease in the price of goods B will give no impact on quantity demanded for another two goods.
For the last question, which is question 4, A, B and C, where I will explain to you, I need to analysis, sketch and explain the types of price elasticity of supply for each question. For question 4A, based on my analysis, this situation can relate to perfectly inelastic because it refers where the quantity supply does not change in response to change in price. As you can see in the graph, the supply curve is a vertical line. Even when the price increase from 200 to Rm300, suppliers will produce the same number of goods or service regardless of the moment's price. Okay, for example, if a consumer has a strong preference and a strong criteria for a particular product and is willing to pay the product, any price of it, that product we consider perfectly inelastic. The supply of that product is considered perfectly inelastic if a producer has a fixed cost production that cannot be reduced. Okay, for the next question, which is for B, this is inelastic. Okay, refer to graph. The supply curve relatively flat and the change in quantity supply smaller than the change in price. This happens when the quantity supply does not change significantly. A small change in price affects small change in quantity supply. As you can see, from 200 to 300 is larger than the percentage in quantity supply from quantity supply 100 to 130. For question C, this is elastic. If the supply of goods is elastic, the result in price have a relatively large change in the quantity of supply. The percentage in price is smaller than the percentage change in quantity supply. As you can see, price increase from 200 to 300 is smaller than the percentage change in quantity supply. This situation refers to the responsiveness of the quantity supply of goods and service to change of its price.